Good afternoon, students. This is V. Karkurelli, Assistant Professor working in Triple Department, RMD Engineering College. This session that we're going to talk is on W8661 Power Electronics and Drives Lab. Okay, so the experiment that we are going to see is single phase AC voltage controller. So this is the single phase AC voltage controller manual. In this, the aim of this experiment is to stimulate and study the operation using multisim software. So the main thing is that the software that is being used is the multisim software. The components that are required are power, AC power, which is the input, SCR, pulse voltage that will generate the pulses, resistor which will act as the load, and a voltage probe to find out the voltage, oscilloscope to see the or to view the waveforms, and a ground. Okay, so coming to the theory behind the AC voltage controller, it is nothing but a AC voltage regulator which is fixed, converts fixed alternating voltage to variable alternating voltage without changing the frequency, and the devices that are used are either triac or SCR. So this is the circuit diagram. You can see two SCRs connected back to back with the input as an AC input and the output is the R load, the multisim circuit that is being seen here. So what we are going to do is convert the single phase AC input to a variable output, fixed input to variable output. So the voltage changes, but there is no change in the frequency. So this is the concept behind the AC voltage regulator or AC voltage controller. So you can see the AC source with two diodes or two SCRs connected back to back. This is the model graph. Here you can see a AC waveform, and the thyristor is triggers T1 triggers during the positive off cycle. So this the SCR triggers during the positive off cycle, and this SCR triggers during the negative off cycle, so that you can see the delay in the firing and the delay in the waveform, so that the output voltage changes. So this is a fixed voltage, whereas here the output voltage changes. So you can vary the firing angle and find out the load voltage that will keep varying with the variation in the firing angle. So directly we will go to this is the formula for firing angle, alpha equal to off time by total time into 180 degree. The concept behind is this one. So this is the waveform you can see here. In this we know that time t is equal to 1 by f. So the frequency, the so here you can see that the delay time, which for alpha less than 90 degree or alpha greater than 90 degree and alpha equal to 90 degree. So we can see that 20 milliseconds is equal to 360 degrees. This is like this. So this is the 50 hertz waveform. So you can see that the total entire cycle is for 20 milliseconds and half of it is for 10 milliseconds. 20 milliseconds is equal to 360 degree and 10 millisecond is 180 degree. So from that we get that 1 millisecond is 18 degrees. So this is the concept behind the 50 hertz waveform. So when I say that the time period is 20 milliseconds, the frequency f is equal to 50 hertz. Or to fix a frequency of 50 hertz, we have to set the time period as 20 milliseconds. And these are the different firing angles for which we can give the time delay. So if it is less than 90 degree, we have to give a time delay below 5 milliseconds. For example, 2, 3, 4. And for alpha equal to 90 degree, that is firing angle equal to 90 degree, the firing angle should be 5 milliseconds. And for greater than 90 degree, it can be any value above 5 milliseconds. So we'll go to the multisim software. So directly we'll open a new design or a new blank page. In the new blank page, like there is a blank page here. So we click this blank page and it will open a new blank page. This multisim using given by NI is a very easiest and user-friendly software by which you can simulate the power electronic lab circuits easily. Okay, so first I'll teach you how to place the components. There are two methods of placing the components. Either you can right click and place the component. See, place component is available here. So when I right click, you can see the place component that is available there, or it is also available in the file version, or you can even click here. So first to find out the place source, see here all the components that are available in the bar for easy pickup. So I'll click that, and from there power sources, AC power. So AC power is there. So I'll press the AC power and place the compressor. Next we require two SCRs. So 2 SCRs, power source, diodes. So I'll go for diode. In the diode, you can see the SCR in the 2N15 double N. Any SCR you can take. So I'll place one SCR. I require one more SCR, so I'll place the other SCR. Then after that, we require a pulse generator. So the pulse generator, that is available in the basics signal voltage sources. Here you can see the pulse voltage. So it is available in database, master database, group sources, signal voltage source, and here you can see the pulse voltage. So click this pulse voltage and place here pulse voltage. So I require two SCRs are there, so I require two pulse voltage. You can also cut, copy, paste and place the components. So that is also possible. The next one is the resistors. So just go and change in the group. I want resistors. Okay, so basic. So basic resistors of 10 ohms. So 10 ohms is the basic thing. So I just select from here the 10 ohms. Select 10 ohms and give OK. I'll show that you can cut, copy and paste, because for the pulse generator you require 3 more resistors. So Control C and I can give Control V, so that Control C and Control V option also works for it. So the software becomes user friendly. Also the components can be easily rotated using the Control R option. R for rotate. So I can place here. So Control R, Control R. So this is how we can rotate using Control R option. Okay. So and I require one resistor for this. Similarly, I can rotate this SCR2. So the SCRs are connected back to back with a gate pulse for this. So these are the one that gives the gate pulse, and one of the resistor is used here as the load. So again I give controller and I connect it over here. So to view the waveforms we require oscilloscope. Oscilloscope is available to the right side. So just click this oscilloscope and place the oscilloscope. Now connect all, and you require ground. So ground is also available in the place sources. So go to the place sources, power sources, you can see the ground here. So you take the ground and place it here. Okay. Now all this has to be connected. You can close the circuit, and voltage probe is available here. See, this is the voltage probe in the top bar that is there. You can place all this. So these are the way of selecting the components that are required. So first take the components and place it in the design bar or the new sheet that has been opened. After placing all these components, what we are going to do is that, just like what we have be connected here, the circuit with, this is the way of connecting the circuit. So I'll show you how this circuit, after connecting, placing the components, connect all the circuits. Now before connecting the circuits, we have to go and change the values. So this AC input supply 120 volt, we will give it as 100 volts. Okay, so we'll give it as 100 volts, and the frequency is also 50 hertz frequency. Okay. Next, give OK. Similarly, the pulse generator, what we are going to give, initial value, we are going to place it as 0 volts. Pulse value, we can keep it as 1 volt. The period, as we have said, it is 20 milliseconds, or so we will give 10. That is one full positive and negative wave cycle. The waveform will give 20 milliseconds. We will take half of the waveform, so it is 10 milliseconds. So 10 milliseconds can be represented as 0.001. So this is nothing but 1, 2, 3. 10. That is one more. We require 10 milliseconds. So 1, 2, 3. So this is 0.001. This pulse width is 0.001. 1 millisecond we'll keep here. So it is 001. So 1, 2, 3, 1 millisecond we have kept the pulse width, the width of the pulse, and the delay time that we are going to give is either 2 milliseconds for less than 90 degree. So we'll start with less than 90 degree, 2 milliseconds. So 2 milliseconds, 0.002, which is nothing but, so 0.002. This is 0.002 seconds means 2 milliseconds. Okay, and here the pulse width is 1 millisecond. Period is 10 milliseconds. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, so this is how you play change. This is very, very important, and please copy down and note down this so that the pulse waveforms are given, that is the SCRs are triggered properly. Only when SCRs are triggered properly, the output will obtained will be correct. Okay, similarly change it for the other pulse generator also. For 0 volt pulse value, delay time, here also you place 2 milliseconds, so 0.002. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, 2 milliseconds. Similarly, the pulse width is 0.001, 1 millisecond pulse width I'm going to give, and the period is 10 milliseconds. Even I can type 10 small m, so which is nothing but 10 milliseconds. Okay, so please give it okay. 0 volt, 1 milliseconds, delay time 0.002, 2 milliseconds, the pulse width is 0.001. Okay, and the period is 10 milliseconds, 0.001. Okay, 01 is 10 milliseconds. Next give okay. So this is how you change. There is no more changes in the circuit, so these two are very important. Change it and connect the circuit as shown in the circuit diagram. So this is your circuit diagram. Okay, so now directly we will go for the circuit connections which I've already given. Okay, so this is my AC voltage controller circuit which I've already connected. Okay, so now after connecting this, see the same thing. The AC source is of 100 volt, 50 hertz. Either you can give 100 volt or 10 volts, anything can be there. And similarly, the pulse generator 5 milliseconds. I've set here the 5 milliseconds delay time, which is equal, firing angle is 90°. Now let me keep it as 2 milliseconds, so that which is equal less than 90°. Similarly, for this also the firing angle is less than 90°, which means that 2 milliseconds. So I wanted to show you here. If it is 2 milliseconds, then the firing angle, because 1 millisecond is 18°, so 2 millisecond will be 36 degrees. So 36 degrees is less than 90 degrees. So that is what we have written here. This is for fully controlled rectifier R load I have taken. The same concept is also applicable for AC voltage controller. So alpha less than 90°, a firing angle is 36 degrees. For 90°, take your time delay as 5 milliseconds, and for greater than 90°, you can take any value above 5, either 6, 7. So for example, I have taken 7, so which is nothing but 126 degrees. So we, after connecting all this, place the oscilloscope. These two oscilloscopes are placed. One oscilloscope is to find out the input, the positive cycle and the negative cycle, and the other oscilloscope, here I have shown the color differentiation for you to easily and clearly understand. The red one is connected across the output and the blue one is connected across the input, so that in the oscilloscope 1 you can view both input as well as output, and oscilloscope 2 is only for your input measurement. That's just to view your input. Okay, so now let us run this experiment and we will see the output. So you can see the voltage probe across the load. We will see the voltage. So the voltage probe is connected across the load. Okay, so now we will see the input first. Input, now see here the green and the blue waveform. So you can see that both are, one starts at the positive and the other one is the negative cycle. Okay, and so that is easily and correctly shown here. So this is the reason why we have connected a input waveform. Okay, so this similarly we can see the output waveform across the load here. See, now you can see the output waveform. The blue one, as I said, you see here the blue one is the, gives you the input, and the red one gives you the output. So the blue one is your AC input that is being connected, and you can see the output that is also being available, and the wave channel scale you can change it over here. So if I keep both in the same scale, so change both to the same scale, you can see the output follows the input, and there is a firing angle delay of 2 milliseconds. Each division is of 2 milliseconds here, and so the output changes. So this is for firing angle alpha lesser than 90° for 36 degrees, because 2 milliseconds we have kept. We can also find out the voltage here easily by dragging this voltage probe here. See, you can see that the voltage probe, yellow color, goes along the waveform. Okay, so you can see here the negative waveform, it goes along the red waveform. So we will just place it here. Okay, and you can see channel A, the voltage, it is 135 volts. So channel B voltage, again I can drag it and I can place it here. Okay, so this is your input voltage. So this shows for the blue waveform. So I can keep it here and I can find out 141 volts, that is your output, and 135 volt is your input. Okay, so channel A is here. Okay, so I can even place it anywhere you want, you can place it and you can get the waveform voltage. Okay, or you can also even note down the peak to peak voltage that is available here, or you can even measure it. See here the peak voltage that is available, that keeps varying, and you can see the maximum voltage is 135 volt, which is your output voltage. So if you see the waveform here, 135 volt is going to be your output voltage and 141 volt is your input voltage, because we have kept here 100 volt RMS. Okay, so the 100 volt RMS is obtained as your 93.3 volt. So 100 volt RMS has get reduced to 93.3 volts. So note down this value as your output load voltage. So the load voltage here is your RMS voltage, VRMS, which is 93.3. Now I'll explain you how to change the firing angle. Now stop it. Change the pulse generator to 5 milliseconds. Similarly, this pulse generator can also be changed to 5 milliseconds. 5 milliseconds is firing angle less than 90 degree. Okay, then run the circuit. So you can see after 5 millisecond divisions, you can see the output. I can even stop the channel A. So this is your channel. So this is channel, actually channel A is connected to the output and channel B is connected to the input. So I've made 0. Channel B is made 0, which means my input is made 0. So you can clearly see the output waveform. So if you want, you can even click the channel A and you can view both the input as well as output. So for your information, I have clicked there 0 so that only output is visible. So you can just take down this, vary it and place it over here, and you can find out the output voltage is 143 volts. Okay, it is in the negative, so it is 137 volts. See here, we'll keep it here. We'll keep it here and you can find out the output voltage is 130 volt for channel A. Channel A only is available and channel B is 0. Okay, now make it 0 and I will off the output voltage and the input voltage is alone seen. So input voltage, you can see it is 141 volt, and so you can vary it and you can find out. Now you take a screenshot of this waveform so that both the waveforms are easily captured and you get it, or you can even differentiate it like this. Keep one with 100 volts and the other one as 50 volt, so that you can easily differentiate the waveforms. Okay, take a screenshot of this or reverse it, or you can even save this option. So you can save it and you can save it as a AC voltage controller new waveform, and this, the waveform is being saved. Okay, I can even give it as a save waveform, so the entire image will be saved. Now we can, so or you can, we can even note down the peak to peak voltage, which is 135 volt, or the RMS voltage. See, you can see the RMS voltage, it has been reduced. Earlier it was 90 volt for 2 milliseconds, firing angle 36 degrees, and for firing angle 90 degree it is 67 volts. So you can see the voltage getting reduced. Similarly, I will show you for firing angle greater than 90 degree. I will keep 7 milliseconds. 7 milliseconds is nothing but 7 into 18, which is equal to 126 degrees. Stop the simulation, change the firing angle as per the requirement and run the circuit, and you can view the waveform. See that after viewing the waveform, firing angle is greater than 90 degree. So after 7 milliseconds, the SCR has been triggered. For positive off cycle, the SCR S1 or the diode D1, that is it, representation is D1. So the SCR1 will be triggered for the positive off cycle, and for negative off cycle, the SCR D2 will be triggered. Okay, and the waveform will be obtained, and you can see the RMS voltage also, it has reduced to 34.8 volts. So this voltage is considered as the load voltage because 100 volt is being converted to 36 volts without change in frequency. That is what we require. Input voltage is fixed, output voltage is variable. So varied output voltage, RMS voltage of 36 volt is being obtained. So this can be tabulated and the results can be obtained. Okay. So this is the method by which you can find out the AC voltage controller. Thank you.